We're back in the shop, but I wanted to insert something here. We've gone over the supplies, but people have asked me, well, how do you film it if you're by yourself? I use a mini iPad, and I came up with this contraption, which is my hand truck, which, by the way, if you're going to buy a hand truck, a lot of them only have a single handle in the center. Get one with a handle on both sides. Much, much better. But I took a piece of board that's about a 1x3 and a couple of quick grip clamps and one of my favorites, zip ties. And what I do, I'm going to try and show you with a piece of cardboard. I put this, enjoy the shaking of the camera and my voice while I get this in position. Okay, almost. There you go, look at this, look at her. All right, it's coming right along here, folks. Whoop. And, okay, I can see I'm gonna have to turn the camera off. Howdy, and welcome to part 2 of our driver's side abstract. Okay, unlike the other side, I'm not going to walk you through each and every step. First of all, I'll show you what I'm going to use. My palette, which I made from a USPS box. It's wrapped in plastic, reusable many times. Paints I'll be using a square. This is a metal square made out of aluminum, or aluminium, as my Brit friends would say. And these are squares cut from placemats. So we're going to be using those. Some, obviously, painter's tape, different kinds. Okay. And just to show you what I use, I made some flames. Medium. You always use a lot of medium. You never have enough of this stuff. Believe it or not, I'm going to use this frame. I got a heart there, paper towels, pencils. There's a stencil I'll surprise you with. Brushes. Never have enough, as you can see. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll tape it up and I'll run it for a little bit, and then every so often I'll show you where I'm at, which, by the way, going to use some bubble wrap too. This is going to be an abstract. It's going to take a lot of time. Right now it's Sunday. In fact, it's Mother's Day. It's what we call PRH Day. And it's about 10 minutes after noon. This is going to be a fun project. So thanks for watching, and here we go. Howdy. Okay, we're set up. On my palette, I have some sap green. I have some Payne's gray, raw umber, burnt umber. What else do I have up here? Charcoal gray, and some medium in the middle. And what you're going to see, besides my ugly mug, is we're going to put some medium on the brush. And let's just go for a little bit of this burnt umber. And we got to have an enamel. I can see it's not having the tooth I want it to. So this is going to be very interesting. Yeah, not liking this. But it should give it an interesting effect. Some medium, and we'll go some, oh yeah, in the corner here. What I'm trying to do is just put a bit of a different background on this, so that when we start doing our graphics, it looks pretty good. Looking pretty crazy right now, I know, but I'm kind of in my mind breaking up this door panel or canvas into I like this sap green. This is cool. Yeah, that's going to come in handy. Yeah. How's this working out? Yeah, that's working out good. All right. All right, we got our sections. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Always like odd numbers. So you'll see what I'm going to do here in a second. I'm going to have to do some lines and things on this to make some squares and some circles and some interesting shapes. We'll be doing some airbrushing on this, by the way, so that'll be kind of cool. I think it will anyway. You may think differently. Yeah. Okay, now let's see. It's starting getting kind of fun. We're using our placemat. I'm going to put some paint on that. I'm going to use the blue because I like it. Get something interesting going on here. Put some medium on there. All right, let's just about here. Pull that off. Another one here. I'm not doing any particular order. I'm just looking for an effect and something to grab your eye, so to speak. I'm doing a different color now. If you don't want to get your hands dirty, as I've mentioned in other videos, you don't want to do this because this is definitely got my handprint there. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's looking. I'm gonna have to pour some more medium, not large, but medium. Just a joke. In the middle of the palette. There we go. Never have enough of this stuff. And as I've mentioned before, think of it as acrylic paint thinner. And what I'm doing is I'm mixing on the palette all these different colors. And we get what I like to call Easter egg gray. Let's put it up here. I don't really want to have a pattern. I just want to have that as, that's going to be a balance in what's going on. So, with that, before I draw some lines, take some medium and some burnt umber, and this is a standard paper plate. I'll put that right. Also, I'm dealing with I'm using paper rather than hard plastic because I've used garbage can lids, buckets, but because this is convex and not concave and not flat, it has to be flexible. So I need that. And let's do it again like we did last summer. And you'll see what I'll do with these. I'll brush these out in a second. I just want to get a couple of things going here. I'm going to grab another smaller plate so we can do a little one down here. That's right. And maybe do one that's too much in the I don't have the target on the driver. Okay, let me set this down. And I gotta get a dry brush. One of my favorites. This is a cut chip brush. That's got a jagged edge. Around here. Oops. Great thing about an abstract, if you mess up, you just come up with another combination and do it again. And what I'm doing is I'm just dry brushing this excess into the rest of the panel, because these all complement each other. Yeah, I can see none up there. In the meantime, I'll give it the circles are a little darker than I wanted, but I can work with it. Because the great equalizer is titanium white. It's the greatest color ever invented. White, as you know, is the combination of all colors. Black is the absence of color. But you know that because you took art class, didn't you? Yes, you did. Yeah, go ahead. It's Mother's Day. Take your mom's car, take it into the garage, do a graphic on it, and surprise her. And if you're not around for your next birthday, I'll understand why. Okay, this is coming together nicely. That's a nice deep. Got to figure light source going to be coming in this way. So I'm going to let this set up just a little bit. I'm going to turn the camera off. You're probably thankful for that. But I'm going to be using the T-square and a pencil to kind of get some lines so I can get some rectangles and squares going here and work with this. I see I want another, we'll do one more circle. I'm going to do a big one. And what I'll do on this one is I'll paint the edge of the plate. In other words, I'm putting the paint on the edge. I should step over here. See, I'm putting it on the edge of the paper plate. And it's a combination of colors. We got blue, we got Payne's gray, we got that sap green, we got a lot of medium. And okay, we got 1, 2, 3. I don't want to have it. Maybe we'll do it way down here. And I'm just doing a smaller outline. Again, still using this, what is this, 3-inch chip brush. There it is. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, I'm going to film this quickly before it pops out of place. But what I do is I put a zip tie around both ends, making sure not to cover up the camera lens, which is usually this corner. And then I have another strap made out of zip ties that rolls around, so it holds it in place, and it allows me to tilt the camera on the board and using the zip ties to hold it. For this is very thin cardboard, so you really don't get to see. But the great thing about it is then I'll just roll it into place with Mr. Wizard watching. Long story there. And I'll set it up and you'll be able to see what I'm filming. So let me get this set up. Did you miss me? First of all, I apologize because I did run the camera and the chip card was full, so I had to download some stuff onto the other computer. So now we're rolling along. You can see I've made some steps. A lot of it is slow refinement. I'm going to get in here and define some of these lines and get one of my favorite brushes. Favorite brush, where are you? Here we are right here. This is a 2-incher, and my palette, still using it. I've kept some blue and green here, and I've got silver. Ooh, lots of medium, of course. And this is, I believe, burnt sienna. You know, I'm using raw umber, burnt sienna, cerulean blue, grass green, I call it. This is a yellowish orange. It's kind of like yield sign yellow, but it makes a very pretty green. So we're just going to go along here and kind of put that in there. Like I said, the great thing about abstract is you can do a lot of things. Remember I showed you a picture frame? Now we're going to be down here and we're going to put in some lines. You know, put over the white part you see there is medium, so that just will dry clear. And this is a little heavy there, but because I use a little much, and we'll take this one down through this circle. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe implies maybe not. So if somebody says maybe, maybe not, they're being redundant. Here's an English lesson for you, no extra charge. So, like I said, it's refinement. Don't worry about making your circles, because you can keep, which I'm doing here, you can keep going over them with various colors and defining the edge. Like this here, we're gonna make this edge a little different. A little thick there. That's the other thing. It doesn't have to be, because it's abstract, you're not doing everything exactly to proportion, because that makes it boring. Let me empty the brush up here. Like this. Again, want to keep the corners dark so that the eye doesn't have the tendency to travel off of the page. Jimmy page, so to speak. Yeah, Jimmy. Ooh, it's a little too thick. I don't like that. We'll go through it like that. No, I don't like that at all. How are we going to fix it? Well, we're going to pull it down. This. One thing I will tell you about my videos is I make a lot of mistakes. Well, I made a mistake once. I thought I was wrong. But, just kidding. But you'll see how I just keep going over things and they start to take shape miraculously. Don't ask me why, there's a little green there. And then we'll just take it across. And I have this straight edge to do some damage here and there. The other, in fact, I was just talking to a friend of mine, Curtis, and I was telling him one of the hardest things is the fact that, well, that's not going to work out, and I don't want it down there. I carry this portable towel with me, rag, wherever I go. Yeah, just don't lick your fingers. That one of the harder aspects of doing this, I'm just going to take that out of there because I don't like it, is the fact that this is a convex panel. Concave goes in, convex goes out. This is not a flat canvas. So I have to shade it in such a way that you think you're looking at a flat canvas. You don't even realize that you're looking at a convex panel. And I'll let all the shadowing do the talking, so to speak. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of using up paint I have here on the palette, and then I'll switch to another color, but I'm trying to just soften some of these lines. I'll go darker on there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some titanium white on here and do a little, I can see where I need a line, so we're going to, that's called gravity. It's everywhere. All right, and we're going to use this brush, a little medium. Yeah, I like this blue. We're going to do a little blue line right here. Oop. Do a circle. Some medium in there. As it hits that yellowish orange, I start getting this really nice green, which I'm partial to. This is an impartial observation. Yeah, blue is cool. Yeah, like I said, pretty soon I'll be airbrushing. I just got to do a couple more little things to get it ready. We can go wide here, and then I'll surround it with the white. Okay. All right, a couple more of these. I'm going to do heavy now. Got to have something going on over here, because this is boring. We don't want boring. Here we go. Got another one in here. Come right here. We're going to do a little blue. Yeah. Okay, trying to bring in the light in here. I'll go there with white. Yeah, it's time for titanium white. So I'm going to shut the camera off now. Just doing this corner here. And when I turn it back on, you'll see a whole different configuration. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. And thanks again. I promised fun. So we're going to have some. I've got some airbrushing paint here. Let's see. Okay, we're good. This is all acrylic, by the way. I'm not using any solvent. The only solvent is the Rust-Oleum flat white oil base. Put a few drops in there. Okay, put the cap on. Now let's have some fun. Okay, I'm going to set this down so I don't I'm not at my airbrush station, so to speak, so I gotta, yes. I think we have a skull looking at this. This'll make it kind of interesting. Yeah, anything to get people to go, whoa, those people lead such a boring life. I don't get it, but I'll probably pull off some of the other paint, but that's okay, because it's an abstract. So let's see what we can do here. You should be wearing an air mask, but I can't talk to you. All I'm doing is get ready here. I want this real subtle. I'm doing white, and then I'll come back and probably put a little black on it, because I want this kind of, I don't want it opaque. I want it, what's going on there? Is that a skull I see in that? Yeah. Give him a little bit of a chin. Oh yeah. It's like, you've heard of ghost flames? We have ghost. Yeah. Put another one here, just to mess with people. That's my job, to mess with people as I turn my paint sideways, which you're not supposed to do. Okay. What you hear is the air going between the crack and the door. Good thing I'm a professional airbrusher. Otherwise it'd be taking forever. And I don't want it to take forever. I just want it. There. Okay. Then we're going to take another little, these are the teeth. I'm going to throw the teeth in there. There's the chin. There's the chin line. There it is. And the teeth. In there. Yeah, I do a little color on this. This will be very cool. There's his eye. There's his mouth. There's his mouth right there. Told you we're going to have some fun. Oh yeah. Is that a... Go this way. There's all kinds of ways you can... What I'm doing is the crown of his head, so he's got a little three-dimensional to him. Do the same thing here, a little heavier. Oh yeah. Just real subtle. I'll go in with some detail, with some color. 2 is fine, I think. Yeah, okay. I got another stencil I want to use. Howdy. Had some problems with the camera. So you missed some of the airbrushing, but there's more to do. That's the good news. Okay, we got a little brown here, hang around brown. As I said before, I got some hang around water I gotta get rid of. This is water-based acrylic that I'm using in my airbrush. As you, that's enough. All right, cap on there. Is it on? Yes, it is. All right, looking good. All right, I got my table mat again, and you see we have some images here and all over, but I want some more exciting things going on, so we're just gonna use this as a template. Well, howdy. Well, I apologize because I did not know, but the video card was full. So a lot of what I filmed wasn't filmed because there was no place to put the data. So let's take a look here. There's the LAZZILLAC. Yeah, baby. In the shop. Metal reincarnation. Now, if you're following along, you watch the video and then all of a sudden it'll jump to this. That's it. Let's show you. A lot going on there, a lot of different effects. One problem I did have was I pulled the masking tape off and it started pulling the edge of the paint off. So I used primer, which is still a little wet, and I sprayed around the edges as like a glue to hold the acrylic to the panel. Otherwise I could probably peel the whole thing off. So it'll have a unique look, and it'll look better once I bake it out in the sun for a day, and then I'll clear coat it. Probably 3 coats, high gloss, like I did the other side. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and see you next time. And thank you for subscribing.